Egypt now, and Saudi Arabia's King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud has wrapped up his 5-day visit. CCTV's Yasser Hakim has been tracking events in Cairo. He brings us this report.
Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi bids farewell to the Saudi monarch after 5 days of intensive meetings. A joint Arab force and the mounting threat of terrorism was their main focus. But the duo also signed more than 20 agreements, together worth $25 billion. These were mainly joint investment projects in sectors such as energy, petroleum, housing and agriculture. On his final day here, the king received an honorary doctorate from Cairo University, the oldest and largest university in the Arab world.
I have the pleasure to be with you in this historical, scientific institution which has contributed to the scientific thinking, not just in Egypt, but the Arab world, including Saudi Arabia. It has presented us all with thinkers, leaders and scientists who played a pivotal role in the development of their countries.
The king made a generous contribution to the university.
The first visit by a Saudi monarch was by the founding King Abdulaziz Al Saud in 1946. He visited the Faculty of Medicine, and today you are presiding over a historical project for a total overhaul and development of the same Faculty of Medicine.
The Saudi king might have ended his trip to Cairo on Monday, but the political and economic effects of his visit will be felt for a long time in Egypt and the region. Yasser Hakim for CCTV, Cairo.
And we can now cross over to Yasser Hakim in Cairo. Yasser, it's a 5-day visit there with plenty accomplished. Does Egypt consider this visit a success?
Definitely. Whether the media or officials, you would see a kind of optimism and somewhat feeling that this visit has surpassed the expectations as well. And just before the king arrived to Egypt, there was a lot of talk about a rift between Egypt and Saudi Arabia on several issues, such as the conflict in Syria and relations with Iran and Russia. So this in a long way has helped in cementing the relationship between Egypt and cooperation between Egypt and Saudi Arabia on all the issues in the region.
Well, yes, it has surpassed expectations, as you may call it there, on the Egyptian side. But what exactly does Egypt consider as the highlights of this visit?
It was more the business and economic related files rather than the political. Yes, there was on the political side, especially when the Saudi king talked about working with Egypt on the Arab Coalition Army or the Arab Joint Force, and also on the Islamic military cooperation as well. But on the economic side, that was really where the highlights were. And Egypt needs that because of the economic crisis it's going through, economic recession. You've got the bridge that he talked about, the bridge that will connect Egypt with Saudi Arabia through the Red Sea. That will boost the trade and tourism between both countries and between both continents as it links both continents together. Then you've got the 5 years of oil supply for Egypt non-stop, about 80,000 tons per month oil supply for Egypt, and that comes at a crucial time for the country at a very low cost and facilities and payments. And also you've got a $16 billion investment fund, joint investment fund, that will facilitate Saudi investments in Egypt, badly needed investments that will help create jobs and also create income and revenue in dollar revenue for the country. So those were the main highlights of his trip on the 5 days.
Right, Yasser Hakim for us there in Cairo. Thank you.